On a warm July afternoon in 1984, a quiet San Diego border community turned into a scene of unimaginable horror when an armed man walked into a bustling McDonald's restaurant and unleashed 77 minutes of terror that would claim 21 lives and forever scar a nation. Remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of The Calendar of Crime. James Oliver Huberty, a 41-year-old unemployed security guard, had spent the morning with his wife Etna and their daughters at the San Diego Zoo. He seemed distant and agitated. Back at their small apartment in San Ysidro, he dressed in camouflage pants and a dark shirt, told his wife he was hunting humans, kissed her goodbye, and drove the short distance to the McDonald's on San Ysidro Boulevard. At around 3:56 p.m., Huberty pulled his black Mercury Marquis into the parking lot carrying an arsenal, a 9mm Uzi carbine, a Browning 9mm pistol, a 12-gauge Winchester shotgun, and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. He immediately opened fire, gunning down 3 young boys on bicycles outside. 2 died instantly. The third survived by playing dead. Inside the crowded restaurant, families, children, and employees were enjoying meals when chaos erupted. Huberty stepped through the doors, fired shots into the air, and shouted for everyone to get down. He began methodically walking through the space, executing people at close range. He killed Maria Colmenero Silva with a single shot to the chest, then turned his Uzi on 9-year-old Claudia Perez, firing multiple rounds into her small body. Her sister Imelda was wounded in the hand while trying to shield herself. Panic filled the air as Huberty sprayed bullets indiscriminately. He shot at people hiding under tables, behind counters, and in the play area. An 8-month-old baby, Carlos Reyes, was killed in his mother's arms. Elderly customers in their 70s became victims. Employees who tried to call for help or flee were cut down. Huberty paused occasionally to sip a soft drink and change stations on a portable radio he carried, showing eerie calm amid the slaughter. Outside, more victims fell. He fired on passing cars and people trying to escape or seek cover. The first police officer arrived shortly after 4 o'clock and was pinned down by a barrage of armor-piercing rounds from the Uzi. Additional officers faced the same deadly fire. SWAT teams mobilized quickly, closing off streets and attempting to assess the situation, while Huberty continued his rampage. For over an hour, the horror persisted. Survivors huddled in terror, some pretending to be dead among the bodies. An employee managed to escape through a basement area and informed police that there was only one shooter and no hostages. This crucial information allowed SWAT snipers to take decisive action. At approximately 5:17 p.m., a police sharpshooter positioned on the roof of the nearby post office fired a single precise shot through a glass door. The bullet struck Huberty in the heart, killing him instantly and ending the 77-minute nightmare. When the smoke cleared, 21 people lay dead, including children as young as 8 months and adults up to 74 years old. 19 others were wounded. The victims were mostly Mexican Americans and Mexican nationals, reflecting the diverse border community. The San Ysidro McDonald's Massacre became the deadliest mass shooting by a lone gunman in U.S. history at that time. James Huberty had a troubled past marked by unemployment, financial stress, and reported mental health struggles. He had recently lost another security job and felt increasingly isolated. His wife later described him as often sad and lonely. Yet nothing could justify or explain the deliberate choice to commit such atrocities. The tragedy prompted major changes in police tactics across the country, accelerating the development and training of SWAT teams for active shooter scenarios. It also left deep scars on the San Ysidro community. The McDonald's building was eventually torn down, and the site transformed. Survivors and families carried the trauma for decades, with some finding ways to honor the lost and rebuild their lives. This dark chapter on July 18th reminds us of the fragility of everyday moments and the lasting impact of violence. The victims' names and stories deserve to be remembered beyond the headlines of one man's rampage. Thanks for watching. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe for future episodes from the Calendar of Crime.